let's get stuck into it. We're going to be talking about incentives. We
Yes.
tweak some of the incentives for 2021. Why is this very, very important? Because Brandon will talk about this, but incentives, they're not designed to, they aren't the be all and end all. The compensation plan will make you more money than you know what to do with if you work this business and you work the compensation plan. But these incentives are designed to be the cherry on the top. These incentives are designed to stretch, okay? We know success doesn't happen by doing the bare minimum. Not in our business, not in any other business. Success happens when you go above and beyond and you do more than what is required. Okay, so we're sharing these incentives with you because we want you to understand them. We want you to understand what you have to do to achieve them, because only when you understand that can you run and do the necessary activities and actions to achieve them. And when you stretch and you achieve these incentives, we will reward you, whether it's with extra cash or lifestyle benefits. We will reward you and recognize you. And every time you achieve an incentive, you know that it is taking you just that much closer to your next step. Okay, so that is why these incentives are here. You've got to understand them. If you don't understand them and run for them, they have no value. And so Brandon is going to be sharing the early stages, the distributor incentives, the manager, the senior manager, the direct incentives. Okay, we're not going to go into detail on the world team and president's team incentives tonight, because what our expectation for our distributors is this. We want you to take this incentive book, okay, and we want you to study it. Yes. If you are a senior manager, study the senior manager incentives, so you know what you have to do. If you are a director, study the direct incentives, so you know what is available to you. We want you to study these incentives, okay? So Brandon, welcome to the call. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Drew. That was really good and very important information that you've shared there, more especially for the people that are on this call. The incentives that we're going to talk about, they are important for everybody. Not only that you have to study them, but you also have to help your team to understand these incentives. Whenever you get a chance to train on them, please do train on them. And it must not only be what you're going to qualify for, but what your team can qualify for when you talk or when you train on these incentives. They're really exciting. They're really, really good. And let's get on to it. Let me just quickly share my screen so that we can just get cracking here. Well, all of these incentives, let's see here. Let's just make sure that I've got everything. Technology. There we go. Perfect. Well, here we are. We're going to talk about the 2021 incentives, the NeoLife incentives. There is quite some changes, small tweaks that we've done here and there on these incentives. And they are really, really interesting and exciting for the distributors. And I'm sure many of the people that have looked at the incentives already, they have seen the exciting things that are happening and some of the things that are going to be happening in the near future. So getting right into it, the first incentive I just want to talk about, is the convention incentive. I'm sure some of you have received these booklets or flyers with your orders. And we are promoting the convention, even though there's a lot of uncertainty about traveling, but we are hoping and believing that by the time we have to have our convention, everything is going to be open. And what is exciting for me, this is our Golden Jubilee. We are celebrating 50 years in South Africa for Southern African market. And for me, I think that as many distributors need to be part of this event. We're going to be recognizing a lot of people. It's a milestone. It's a lot of achievement that has been done or achieved by our distributors in our company. And just to showcase that as a company, we have longevity and we're going to be around for many years to come. Now, these incentives, they are designed in such a way that they will reward all of the people that are doing the things that they're supposed to be doing on a regular basis. And what is that? Is sponsoring people, whether it is team or personal sponsoring, team or personal production, development of people in your team. As you develop all of these people, you start qualifying to be part of the top 10 that will be recognized at the convention. And when I talk about the top 10s, everybody that becomes or goes on to the top 10, they qualify for a beautiful certificate, and the number one gets a trophy. And our number one also gets plus on top there a two-day getaway or weekend away, and to the value of more than 6,000 Rand. And not only that, you know, you get to be invited to the President's Team Consistency Dinner the day prior to the convention because you're part of the top 10. And all what you just need to do, you just need to do what you're supposed to be doing on a regular basis, talking to people, sharing the products, sharing the opportunity, and helping other people to grow in the business. And as you step up, guess what's happening? You're accumulating points so that you can also become part of the top 10. And what we're going to do this year, we're going to make sure that we recognize or make people aware of where they are for this incentive, because many a time people don't know where they are, but we just want to make sure that we recognize them and say, hey, you are in the running for the top 10, so that we can encourage you and help you to get to the next step and get to be part of the top 10. So that is the first part of these incentives. And then we have the fast track to manager and fast track to senior manager. This has been an incentive that has been around for some time now. And this is basically just rewarding those distributors who do a single order of 250 personal PV to become a manager, or 500 personal PV to become a senior manager. So this is an incentive that has been going on for some time. And this incentive is going all the way until the end of December 2021. And we will review it, and we might bring it back next year again. But for now, every distributor that is not yet a manager, that is not yet a senior manager, you can get onto the fast track to manager or senior manager. And then we have a sponsoring incentive, which has been around for some time now, which is our 3 in 30 sponsoring. The 3 in 30 incentive, you know, I've seen a lot of people qualifying for this incentive, receiving their pins, receiving their gifts, which is the pens and the pencils and the bags, you name it. And, you know, this incentive is going to run from January up until March. I know some of you might have thought, oh, we made a mistake. No, we didn't make a mistake. But I just want to say to you, for those who are running it for the 3 in 30, run for it. After that, don't say, oh, it's gone, because we've got something exciting that we are putting together that will start on the next quarter, which will be in April. And it's going to be a really, really exciting incentive. And it's going to, recognize a lot of people, and it will help a lot of people to build their businesses as well. So the 3 in 30 will come to an end at the end of March, but we're going to be launching something very exciting in the month of April. Now, the book that Drew was, had on with the incentive as a slide earlier on. I mean, I look at this book and I look at that picture. I know some of the people, especially our World team members, they have been they're craving traveling. They want to be out there traveling the world, but I know that we can't travel right now. But when the time comes for us to all travel the world, it's going to be exciting again. And we have incentives in place to, for traveling and all of that. And I know for a fact that, when you start traveling with NeoLife, you will always enjoy the lifestyle, the traveling, going to exotic and beautiful places. Now, the incentives that we've got for 2021, this book has all the incentives starting from January 2021 all to December 2021. Now, all of these incentives that I've just shared with you now, the books, they are available on your back office, so you can download them. And the exciting thing for all of the Portuguese-speaking distributors, we have them as well on in Portuguese, and they are in the back office. So if you want to get hold of these incentive or download them, please do, and share them with your team as well, and as quickly as possible. Because, for example, the first incentive that I want to talk about, which is a fast start to director, I believe that this is an incentive that we need to be sharing more to our new distributors, to the people that are joining or saying yes to NeoLife, because we know that many of our distributors want to become a director and step up to become a director. And we have created this incentive to help to fast track many of our distributors to get to director as quickly as possible and start qualifying for all of the benefits that we have of a director. And as you all know, we always recommend that qualify and step up and become a director, help your people to become a director so that they can maximize on many of the things that we've got when you become a director. Now, let's just go through this incentive and just understand it, dissect it. What do you need to do? Who qualifies for it? And what do you get at the end of the day? So this is how it works. So anybody that starts with 250 personnel PV or more in their first 3-month period in NeoLife, okay? This is open to all the distributors. If you start and you do your 250 personnel PV within or in that 3-month period in NeoLife. Okay, I'm going to explain that. The 3-month period is a joining month plus the next 2 calendar months. So if you join in January, you have January, February, and March to do your 250 to open up your window. So what do you need to do? Or how can you do this 250 points? So the 250 points can be an accumulation of points. Maybe it's your kit. Maybe you've done a 20 PV kit or 34 or 36, whatever amount of kit that you have started with, plus products that you have added on during the month or on the same day when you register. If you have accumulated 250 personnel PV, it means that you have opened your window to go on and qualify for the fast start to director. Or you can accumulate 250 PVs, whether it is in the first or the second or the third month. An accumulation of PV in a single month, that means that if you have a couple of orders, it could be a 50 PV here, 100 PV there, 200 PV there. If they accumulate to 250 plus or more, then you have opened your window to become a director. What do you need to do? You need to qualify every month regularly, doing 250 points on your name. And immediately when you do 4,250 personnel PV on your name, and if you have done 4,000 with your team, you qualify and become a director. So how does that work? I'm going to show you here, right? This is a simple way that I thought maybe that will help. So we are in the month of January. So for example, somebody starts in the month of January. Now we say 3 months. So January, February, March, that is your 3-month period. Anytime that you do 250 PV in those 3 months, you open up your window. So let's say you start with a 20 PV kit. So in January, that is all what you do. You don't have a team. Your personal PV is 20. Your qualifying PV is 20. In the month of February, you do 100 points. That is only you. You don't have a team yet. And then in the month of March, your business starts to get going. You do 250 PVs. When you do this 250 PVs, guess what's going to happen? It's going to open up your window of 6 months. So you have now 6 months to qualify and step up and become a director. What do you need to do? You need to do your 250 PVs on a regular basis every month. Remember, your personal PV must not drop below 250. It needs to be 250 PV or more. 250 PV and your qualifying PV is 500, you are not yet a director. The following month, your personal 250, 1,000 qualifying. June, your qualifying 2,000. July, your personal is 250 and your qualifying PV is 4,000 Rand. That for me is exciting now, because what happens is you have not taken 6 months to qualify. You've taken 4 months to qualify and become a director. And you become a director in the month of July. By becoming a director using the fast start to director, you are now a real, genuine director. And you start qualifying for all of the benefits of a director. Now, let me just share some of the benefits of being a director. You know, when you become a director, the most important thing is this: you qualify for the maximum sales volume bonus, which is 25%. And you start qualifying for LDB if you develop other directors. You qualify to attend special events. You qualify to attend leadership school. You qualify to attend, the convention for free if you stay qualified consistently. Not only that, you get an invitation to attend the President's Team Consistency Dinner. You get the recognition at the convention. You get up on stage and you get recognized. Those are some of the benefits of being a director. And when I talk about these benefits of being a director, when you receive your pin being a brand new director, your team, everybody around you is going to be excited about this. And I'm urging all of our leaders to make sure that if there's any director that steps up, let's recognize them, let's make it a big deal because they have done an incredible job. Now, all of this, obviously, your leader, your sponsor, your upline, world team or president's team members, they will help you to guide you, to help you to get to this 4,000. So I can tell you that there are people who have done this in a short space of time, and there are people who have done it in the 6 months or even beyond that, because if you don't qualify on the fast start to director and you miss out, you will fall back on the normal compensation plan. But what I just want to say to you, an incredible story that happened. Somebody became a director in 2 months. Yes, it happened to them, but it does not necessarily mean that it will happen to everybody. So that is why I urge you to please work with your leaders, work with your upline so that they can show you and help you and assist you to get to director. But it will be exciting to see people get to director as quickly as possible. So when you become a director, you've got your recognition, you've got your pin and everything. There's another incentive that kicks in because it's not just a fast start to director and then you get recognition and that's it. There's another part of this incentive whereby if you qualify again by doing 250 PVs personally within 2 months, which could be here in August and September, and if you do 250 personal PVs and 4,000 qualifying PV, you will also get a director consistency bonus of 1,000 Rand or 1,000 Malutis, depending on where you are. If you are in Botswana, this will be 750 Pula. So for me, that is also exciting because this keeps you going. Now, an average income or commission from, if you're a director, would be around about 8,000 plus. So if you have done this, the following month, you'll be earning 8,000 plus another 1,000 Rand on top, which will take you closer to 10,000 Rand, just because you have qualified again within 2 months as a director by doing the minimum of 250 personal PV. This for me is exciting. Now, here's the exciting part now. Obviously, we've just been talking or speaking about the new distributors. To all our existing distributors, managers, and senior managers who are not yet at a director title, if you or any of you, you do your 250 PVs within the 3 months, which is January, February, March, and if you do 250, you are also in. So this is open to all the distributors as well. You might have joined last year in June or July or January last year, and you had not started your business. And this year you have set your goal to get to director. Guess what? If you do your 250 personal PV, you are in as well. And this is open up until the month of March. So January, February, March, you have an opportunity as well to start the fast start to director. That is exciting for me. And what is exciting as well, what the company has done here, they have, or we have added an extra month. Before it was only 1 month, now it is 2 months. So it's 3 months full that you have to qualify and become to start your journey to become a director. This for me is really, really exciting. And I just want to see many, many people qualify, become directors, and earn good quality money and qualify for all the exciting things that we have for directors. So that's the fast start to director. Now, the fast start to director, obviously, when you stay qualified, you step up and you become an Emerald director. So we have incentives as well for our Emerald directors. And this is a really, really exciting incentive. There's 2 parts to this incentive as well. There's a consistency part, and then there's a top-up part or top-up bonus that you get as well. But how does this all work? First of all, you need to be an Emerald director, and you need to qualify consistently with a minimum of 4,000 qualifying PVs. If you have done 4,000 qualifying PVs in 2 months prior, and the month or the 3rd month, you do your 250 personal PV and you have 5,000 qualifying PV, and you have 5 people in your team and 1 personally sponsored, you will qualify and receive 1,000 Rand. And if you stay qualified 1, 2, 3 months, on the 3rd month, you'll get your 1,000 Rand plus an extra 1,500. Let me show you what do I mean by this. This is how it works. So we're just going to make January, February, March. It's easy. This is, it's easy to understand. Okay. So January, your personal PV, remember what I said, you need to be an Emerald Director. You need to be qualified as an Emerald Director. The last 2 months, you must have had 4,000 minimum qualifying PVs. And obviously, you need to have your 100 personal PV. Now, January, you do 250 personal PVs, tick. 5,000 qualifying PV, tick. 1 personally sponsored and 5 in your team, tick. Guess what? You get an extra bonus of 1,000 Rand. Now, Emerald Directors would be earning probably just over, 10,000 Rand. And if there's an extra 1,000 Rand that is coming your way, good. Do it again in the month of February, 255,000, 1 over 5, and you get your 1,000 Rand again. In the month of March, you do your 250 personal PV, 5,000 qualifying, 1 over 5. So you sponsor 1 personally and 5 in your team. Now, when I talk about team, this is your team excluding other directors. So this is your nursery. So this is you and your distributors, managers, and senior managers excluding other directors. So if you are sponsoring within your nursery, all of those people count for your team. So if you have 1 personally and 5 in your team, that means that you qualify for this. It's a tick, and you will get 1,000 Rand plus an extra 1,500, which will take you to 2,500 Rand for that month. So remember, this is money, this is cash, this is money that is coming over and above your commission, over and above your sales volume bonus and LDB if you're qualifying for all of those. So this is an incentive I want to urge our Emerald directors to qualify for on a regular basis. If you think about this, if you had to qualify throughout this year for this incentive, you could earn yourself 18,000 Rand just on this incentive. I'll share with you later on when I talk about the step up, but I just want to tell you that 18,000 Rand, that is a lot of money. If you had to put this money in the bank or pay something off, it's going to go to, to do a lot for yourself, for your family. It could be a vacation. It could be anything that you have set out to achieve. So if you are a director, Emerald Director, I want this to be your goal, to say, hey, I'm going to qualify as well for this Emerald Director incentive, the consistency and the top-up bonus. And I'm going to get at least 1,000 every month for this incentive. And guess what? If you do that, because all of the incentives that we have are aligned, guess what can happen? You can also qualify for the top for the top 10s because everything that you do here works elsewhere as well to get the recognition. So this is an incentive for our Emerald directors and directors. Now, if you're an Emerald Director and you step up and you get to World Team, there is this consistency incentive again. Let me share with you what happens for World Team and President's Team. If you are a well team or a President's Team member, if you stay qualified, if you qualifying on a regular basis, this is what you do. For example, just like the Emerald Director, you do 250 personal PV, 5,000 qualifying, and you sponsor 1 personally, 5 in your team. And if you've done that, you don't get 1,000 Rand, but you get 1,500. And if you do it again, you get 1,500 again. And if you get to the 3rd month consecutively, remember that if you do all of this consecutively, you then qualify for 1,500 plus 2,250, which is a top-up bonus. And all of that gives you 3,750 in a month. And an average, as from World Team member, they'll be earning 15, 20,000. I'm just talking, I'm conservative here. And it could be more. I mean, President's Team members, that is 90,000 plus. Now, if you look at this 3,750 and the 1,500 on a regular basis, if you look at that in in a whole year, if you qualified for this, for the whole year, you would be making 27,000 Rand. 27,000 Rand. I know of one distributor that has qualified for this, one of our president's team members. You know, every month he's qualifying for this incentive and he's making sure that no way does he miss out on this one. But you know what is exciting for me? It's all the people that are joining the business that he's changing their lives. As he changes their lives, guess what? He's smiling all the way to the bank because he's helping other people to achieve their dreams and their goals. So you need to qualify for the top-up bonus by staying consecutively qualified, consistently qualified. If you do 1, 2, 3, January, February, March, in the month of March, you will get the consistency bonus plus the top-up bonus. For me, I think that we need to recognize many of these people who are achieving this money and, you know, put them out there. And guess what? This year, we're going to do more of the recognition of these people because sometimes we think it doesn't happen in our team. But guess what? It does happen. When we recognize people, you will see that there are people who are qualifying for these incentives. Now, we've spoken about the 5-star to director. We've talked about the Emerald director incentive. Now we've spoken about the World team and the President's team consistency incentive. Here's another incentive that I believe everybody that is an Emerald, that is a director, need to qualify for. Now, this is a step-up bonus. The step-up bonus is just extra money. And, you know, by stepping up, what has happened this year? We have increased the values. The values that from last year were 6,500 and we have increased them to 8,000 for a Sapphire director who step up. So how does it work? If you step up to World team or President's team member and qualify 3 consecutive months, and the month that you step up as a Sapphire or a President's team member or a World team member at whatever title that you are, that counts as your first month. And then you qualify 3 consecutive months. So first month that you step up and 2 more months. If you have done that, you will receive a step up bonus. Now, when you receive a step up bonus, this is money that is over and above the Emerald or World team consistency money. It's over and above your commission. So if you are a Sapphire director, let's look at this incentive. If you step up and become a brand new Sapphire director and you step up and qualify 3 consecutive months, at the third month, you're going to get your 8,000 Rand if you're in South Africa. I know there are Sapphire directors who qualified last month, and I'm excited because they are also excited about this because they're going to be earning or getting themselves an extra 8,000 Rand. Now, think about this now. If somebody steps up twice this month or this year, if you're a Sapphire director and you step to 1 Ruby and then you step to 2 Ruby, you're going to earn yourself for over 40, you know, this is a lot of money. It's 32 plus 16,000. That is over 40,000 Rand just on step-up bonuses. Not talking about the consistency and the top-up bonuses, any other incentive that you might have in your teams. That is a lot of money. I'm challenging you. If you are a World team member now, if you can take 2 steps, even if you're a President's team member, if you can take 2 steps this year, there's so much money to be earned. Now, as a President's team member, or if you step up to President's team member, you're going to earn 60,000 Rand. If you are a 3 Ruby and you step up to 4 Ruby, you will earn yourself 60,000 Rand. That is, my friend, good money. Plus, remember, as a President's team member, many of our President's team members, they're earning around about 90 or more, bonuses a month. And if you add that, that is just amazing. If you step up to 5 Diamond Director, that's nearly 500,000 Rand. I don't know what is it that is getting you excited when I look at these incentives. But what I just want to tell you is this. All of this, it is possible. There are people who are qualifying for it. Last year, we had a lot of people qualifying or getting the step-up bonuses, and whether it was Botswana or it was in South Africa or Mozambique, we had people getting the step-up bonuses. And I am looking forward to more and more people qualifying and earning the step-up bonus. The step-up bonus, ladies and gentlemen, is just an incredible amount of money. You can take that money and just put it into the bank, invest it somewhere, put it safely, because it's not part of your normal monthly commission. That is just the cremora, that is the cherry on top. So all your hard work, you get paid, you get rewarded, and you get recognized for it. And it's not by doing the minimum, it's by doing more than just the minimum. So please take a step, take 1 or 2 or 3 for that matter, and earn these step-up bonuses. And by the way, we're not going to run out of money. There's enough. So you can just keep on stepping up, and we want you to step up. Obviously, there are so many other incentives that we've got. I just want to touch on these because I think they are critical for many of the people that are new in the business. But we have other incentives for well team and president's team members that I'm not going to talk about. But I just want to say to you, go and study the incentive book. Familiarize yourself. If you have questions on these incentive books, on these incentives, do not hesitate. Go out there to your back office and download these incentive book. If, for example, you're not sure how to go about to download them, just speak to your sponsor, or you can contact your nearest office or DC, and we'll be able to assist you and help you. You can contact myself or Drew. We are ready and willing to help you to get to understand these incentives. Before I go away, or before I end here, I've got another incentive that I just want to talk about, or incentive just generally. We have travel incentives, lifestyle incentives. We know that we can't travel, but when the world opens up, we will start traveling again, enjoying the lifestyle, going to exotic and beautiful places. Many of our distributors that have traveled, before, they will tell you that they've been to destinations for more than 40 times or 50 times. And not only that, sometimes when you travel with the team, travel with, with the NeoLife, it just becomes an unbelievable experience. And we have the travel and lifestyle incentives like your leadership school, Ruby orientation, World Team Conference, Diamond Director lifestyle event, which we're still going to have in the near future. These are just travel and lifestyle incentives that step up and become a World Team member so that you can enjoy the travel that we talk about at NeoLife. We will be traveling. Watch the space. We've got exciting things coming up for the near future. President team incentives. There are so many other president's team incentives that I'm not going to go into. But being a president's team member, this is a prestigious position. And when you are a president's team member, you are, there's so much that you are exposed to because of this opportunity. The Diamond Director bonuses, and no, every year we showcase the Diamond Director bonuses, the people that have earned some money. And all of this, it doesn't matter who you are. If you work hard, you can also qualify for some of these incentives. And I just want to urge every one of you on this call to please read through the incentive book and study them, and just share all of the information and the necessary information for your team. If there's an incentive for your senior managers, talk to them. Incentive for your managers, talk to them. Incentive for your directors, also talk to all of those people so that they can have a better understanding. As I said, all of these incentives, they are available on your back office. You can download them and make them available for your team, make them available on your cell phone or anywhere where you are so that you can share as much information on these. So that's where I'm going to leave it for today. But I'm truly, truly excited about the incentives. They are just amazing. And it's all up to you guys, to go out there and qualify and get and make some of that money, because that money goes a long way. So thank you very, very much. Drew, are you